Summer Dream, Summer Dream. Hey guys, welcome back to our Chuang Asia Thailand podcast, episode one, the official first episode of this season. We're so glad to be here to review episode one with you guys, talk about the performances, talk about who we want in the top nine. Aren't we so glad it's a top nine? There's just so much to talk about. Aneesa, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts are I just hope the show gets a little bit more organized. Let's put
Yeah,
it that way.
yeah. I something you shared with me is that they're cutting it from 77 or 70 trainees to
Hmm
34. And as I mentioned to you, in our DMs, like that's concept challenge numbers. So I wonder how many episodes we're going to get of this season, or if I don't know how it's going to work out. Like, how many are they going to bring them to the finale? I don't know the numbers, how that works out, but curious to see how this goes.
hmm
Do you want to share your top nine?
Yeah.
Your summer dream top nine. I'm just gonna keep saying.
All right, so here's my summer dream.
Okay, 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 okay.
Um,
This looks pretty good. I wish
really?
Akina just needs to change her red Kelly Rowland Bob is messing up the visuals that are here, and I just needed to go away.
I think she would look if she was standing next to them, I think it would look cute. But yeah, my one pick is always Akina.
Hmm.
Always, always.
Hmm.
Like I said before, I wasn't expecting that she was gonna be in the show. So now that she's here, I'm like, she is my one pick. And I didn't mention it before, but I've seen Faky live before.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
when I was in Japan and I went to see them, like right before the live, I was just like hanging around in the area and I actually met Akina too and Anna back when she was in Faky. Yeah, and she
oh,
was just like a really sweet person. And I mean, she said in the show that she's half American, so she can speak English too. So I was just
right.
talking to her. Yeah, so it was a nice experience. So I'm like, I know that she's genuinely a good person. Like,
Hmm.
I wasn't like a creepy fan, like, oh, I'm gonna like stalk her and like try to find her. Like, no, I promise I was just casually in the area.
It just happened.
Yeah, and just like coincidentally ran into them, and I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
Yep. So number two is Kaylin. I still
Hmm.
love her. Number three, Tegan, who I considered in my top seven, but then I removed her. But then I went on her Instagram page and I saw that she was giving Miss Sexy Dance, but like actually really, it looked really good. Like she's a
You,
great dancer.
you see, it is not supposed to be good.
Okay, so I guess I shouldn't call her that because she's actually really good. Like I think it was some heels choreo on
Oh,
like
so
a
she's
chair and
like
heels.
know what she's doing.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny that Kaylin and Tegan didn't dance on the show, but
Hmm.
Tegan can really dance. So I'm like, okay, she's probably
They're
gonna blow people's expectations once we actually
Yeah.
see
She's
that.
saving it for the
Hmm
next one.
hmm Number four, Miss T to the TN. They unfortunately cut TN and TK's stage pretty short. We saw like 10 seconds, and then most of that stage was like people's reactions to it.
They Mona Black boa her when they like
Yeah,
showed that's like a snippet of her. She's like going
yeah.
back, I'm so black. And I'm like, okay, Mona. And they're like, oh, this is so good. And I was like, wait, I need to see this. So
Yeah,
I
like, can we see
wish,
it?
yeah, 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 yeah.
That's exactly what happened. So her and TK were doing some dance, I don't know, something, and then everyone's like, "Oh, I don't know this dance, but I felt like I
Oh,
want to
they're like
dance
ra ta
along."
ta 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 ta.
Yeah,
It was like
something like that.
something from I think they were saying, oh, it's like a something really viral from
Mm-hmm.
Thailand or something.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to say TikTok, but they already should say Tiktok because
They
they're
said TikTok
advertising
like
it.
later in the show,
Yeah,
so
they're like, you should go on Chinese TikTok. And I was like, so like
yeah.
just say TikTok or just say whatever. But they
Yeah.
try to keep it. Yeah.
So they showed everyone's reaction to that stage, but they
Hmm.
didn't actually show much of the stage. And I'm like, you know what?
Right.
Was already there for her, and I got the
Hmm.
snippet that I needed to see that she's
Hmm.
exactly what I thought she was going to be. So she's still in my top.
Nice.
Five
Nice.
Ruan, obviously we didn't see her stage, but she's still there. Like,
I'll share what I want to share about Rand when it's my turn because she
yeah,
did enough. She didn't perform, but she performed.
she did. She was really supportive of the AVEX trainees too, so that was cute. So
Oh, she was all up and down up throughout that whole show. So she was.
yeah.
I was like,
Um,
I'll save it.
Sixth is Pai Lu. So
Hmm.
I still love her visuals, and we got a few reaction shots from her, and I'm like, she's
Yeah.
always serving face every time we see her. Um,
Hmm.
Seven, I can't get over what I think her name is Wang Shang-chi, especially her PR video. She was like, "Love me, vote for me, cherish me, Wang Shang-chi," and I'm like, I love you for that. And but I will say she did a tough she was on the one of the tough girl stages with a bunch of trainees, and she didn't fit that concept at all. She
Was
was
it the
like,
Barbie?
no, it wasn't the Barbie. They were wearing black. I don't remember what song they did, but it was like I think it was four or five girls, and they were like wearing all
Oh,
black, and it was like a tougher
it was
concept.
like a Thai song, right?
I don't remember if it was the Thai group that I think you're thinking of, but there was
Okay.
a different group. Yeah.
Okay.
But she was like, it was a tough concept, and she had like bows in her hair. They didn't really give her a lot of screen time or focus during the stage, so it makes sense if you might have missed her. But
Mm.
because I came in knowing her, I was like, I was looking at her and I was like, she doesn't fit this stage, but I don't care. I still like her. So
Hmm.
I hope that she goes for a cuter concept when on like on the first actual stage.
If she
Um,
gets that,
yeah, exactly.
sometimes it's not up to them.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
And then number eight is I forgot how you say her name, Elin.
Hmm.
Elin, I don't know. Anyways, I liked her stage, and she she looked like a deer in headlights to me when she was performing, and I was like, that's great. And she won MVP, and she was the one who was like, I know I don't sing well, I know I don't dance well, but like I love performing, you know what I mean? And I want to try it more. And she got MVP for that. I'm
Was
like,
she
great.
like, oh, I've won these many awards in singing and this, and then she's like, but I have never danced in a national situation. Was she that
No, no,
girl?
no. No, it wasn't her. I believe she is an influencer. And she was like,
Oh,
I think it was the influencer group, and I think she was one of the influencers, I think.
okay. Well, good for
Yeah.
her.
But I just
Yeah.
liked her because she was like, I know I'm not amazingly talented, but this is something I enjoy doing. And when she was on stage, you can see that too.
Oh,
So
nice.
I liked that energy. So I was like, okay, she's in my top now. Number nine, obviously, Rinka. I like her. I think she has better energy now
Yeah.
compared to on
Girls
Girls
Planet.
Planet. I think
Yeah.
I think now that she's on this show, I feel like she's like really like she's in the mindset it's like I'm already an idol, you know what I mean? So she's
Yeah.
just putting herself out there as much as possible instead of it doesn't feel like she's like playing catch up anymore. I don't know. I feel like in Girls Planet a lot of the girls felt like they were always lagging behind and like being under showcased, and she was like instead of waiting for the producers to showcase me, I'm going to put myself out there, and that's
But
why I
you have
like
to
her
go
now.
through it one time before you kind of get it.
Yeah, exactly.
And I feel like Girls Planet, it was a different beast. It wasn't
Oh, it sure
produced.
was.
It was a different beast. So I feel like it has already prepared her and ran and Wonka for, as well, because Produce 48 was also a different thing. So I
Hmm.
feel like those girls are already stepping into something and knowing kind of like how they want it to go.
Yeah, yep. Um, Honorable mention for rank 10, who I believe is
Hmm.
the only person that I kicked out, is Shy from
Hmm.
Singapore. I just like they kind of cut her stage short, and I believe the mentors criticized her and said like I don't know what they said, like, oh, you didn't really do much or something like that.
Didn't she have a
Or
nice voice?
I think she had a nice voice,
Wasn't
but
she wearing purple or something and she was just singing and they're like, "Oh, you have good vocals, but you're not giving."
I don't know if you are going to remember the stage because it was the one we only saw like 15 seconds of it. They cut it very
Hmm.
short. But if you remember, there was a girl who had like a keyboard set up, like something's going on, and like she
I
basically
do remember
like
that, and they're like, "Oh, your vocal training, you have vocal skill, but you're not present or something or another. Let
exactly.
loose." I think something like that. Something like
Yeah,
that. I remember
exactly,
her.
exactly. So I kind of agree from what we saw, I kind of agree with that. So I want to see her more, but she just looks like she's a little bit awkward and shy, and she just needs
Time
something to push her and get more comfortable on stage. And it's hard being on stage by
by
yourself
yourself.
anyways.
Yeah, she needs a group.
Yeah, so I think once I see her in the group, I might put her back in here. It just depends because I feel like everyone here, I need to see them with other
Do.
people and do
Hmm.
different concepts in the group and see how it is. But so far, I like these people here. No one really disappointed me. Um, we haven't seen two of their stages yet, so but
Wait and
yeah,
see. Yeah,
yep.
nice.
Yeah, I'm really, really looking forward to Tegan because I on her Instagram page, you can see that she can dance really well. So I'm like, for your main stage, you're singing, and then for your solo stage, you're singing. No one knows that you can dance too.
So these are the girls I'm voting for right now. And
Hmm.
some of them are still from like pre-show and like a few changed. So Ruan, like she didn't perform, but oh, did she perform? Like they had her in that like travel commercial. She said you
Yes,
can book trips and in hotels and da,
yes.
da, da, da. And I said you better stretch that English as far as you
The
can.
fact
Like
that the very first commercial of the show, Ruan was in it, that just made my day. That made my whole day. I was like, this is exactly what I wanted to see. I love the commercials in Shuang.
And then she was sitting by Wonka and she was just speaking that straight Korean. She's like, Maja, Maja. I said, you better.
They
And
were
she
so
did.
cute.
I was just like, she wasn't dancing, but she gave me enough.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay, and then Rinka, she's like, "Please remember me with my blonde hair." I was like, you better." She has come a long way since her mic drop. Yeah, like
Yeah.
like even her demo stage in Girls Planet, there was very little confidence. I remember her demo stage. She did La Ta Ta, and she wasn't even walking up straight and confident in that stage. And even though she wasn't like I was watching her in her left right. Was it left right? Wasn't it?
Yeah, she did
Yeah,
XG.
even though like other people were kind of doing it, I knew she really improved
Definitely.
from like in leaps and bounds. So I know she's been working hard on this, you know. So I'm excited for her and I'm really happy that she like is pushing through.
Hmm.
Wonka, just her. I mean, again, I liked it from Produce 48, and I always was thinking of her, like, what happened to her? What happened to her? Where'd she go? So to see her try again is really cool. And she's sitting by Rand talking that mess, talking the good stuff. And I was like, all right, cool. I'm excited to see her stage. Kaylin got added because I liked her voice. Like out of the two, I liked her voice more. And let's
Mm.
be honest. But the other girl was nice, but out of the two, she fits what I'm looking for. Guadam, or Guanhee, I think how you pronounce it. She's from CSR or CRS, CSR,
CSR.
CSR. So I already know them. Jessica, okay. Now I would get that. What was the girl? The Polly, how do you pronounce her name?
Hmm?
That's the girl in your top nine, the one that's like very
Oh,
slayful and
Pailu.
Pailu. I would swap her for Jessica, but I feel like Palu is too slayful. She feels
Too slayful.
too slayful, and I'm like I don't know if it matches with what I'm looking
What
for.
group did Jessica perform yet?
Not yet, but that's
Oh,
okay.
okay.
She's beautiful. That's enough.
I just want to make sure I didn't miss her.
I don't believe she did, but she's beautiful, and I'm happy about that.
Hmm.
Ray couldn't tell you what she's done. Beautiful. I've been voting for her since.
Hmm.
I think Eileen has already performed
Yeah, I think
at
she
this.
performed with Mindy. I think she's in that group, Mindy.
Oh, the debuted one that they did there, like sh
Yeah,
didn't
but
like
she might have
this.
been overshadowed by the dancer
Right.
that they were hyping up.
Yeah. I didn't like the song. It doesn't matter.
Really?
Visually fits what I'm looking for.
Mm.
And Maka or Maku, I don't know how to pronounce that name.
Mamsu? I don't know.
Mamsu.
I gotta watch the show to see how they
I
say the
just need
names again.
her to just do that singing thing she does.
Mm.
So she
She's
will.
kind of giving Glassy, actually.
I was about to say that.
Wow. And like you don't need everyone to be a singer. You just need some people to hit some high notes.
That's one. Just one. I don't mean to keep making eyes ones, but I just keep making eyes ones, and that's okay. All right.
Yeah, I will say that I feel like Kaylin does not fit the image you're going for. I actually think that Tegan fits it more. In the profile pictures, I think Kaylin does, but looking at them perform on stage, I think Tegan actually fits the visual image that you want more.
Yeah, I suppose. I don't know. I had to see more, but visually, this makes me feel nice. Like this is
Yeah.
good. Visually, this is what I'm like. Okay, it works out. I've seen
Mhm.
some of them perform. It's giving a little promise, a little eyes one, very that, a good in between, and there's a hint of bonbon in there.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, let's get into the performances. Or should we talk about
yeah.
the judges?
Yeah, do you do you remember their stages? I mean, they open with their stages, so I don't know if you have opinions on that.
I just know I could have lived without those stages
Um,
because they didn't do it for 2020.
they didn't? I think they did.
I don't remember them doing that. I felt it was long and
And
drawn
I
out.
think in Chuang 2020, I don't think they opened the very first episode with the judges' stages, but I think that
Mhm.
all of them had an individual stage before they performed the theme song together.
All I remember is bung 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 bung
Yeah,
bung
when they
bung
performed
bung.
it together, right? I think before that they had like little stages. I don't
I
know.
hope they do that for this one. I hope they do a summer dream.
Yeah,
Da, da, da,
that's what
da,
I
da,
was waiting for.
da,
Like I
da, da,
kind of thought we were
da.
gonna get it right away. I was like, okay, but
They were dragging this. I feel like, okay, here's a real thing. I I don't care how many they are. Speed run all the demo performances. Just get through them because I don't want to do episode 2 of them. Like, just get it done.
I mean, the produce shows have kind of always been like that. Like they
I know.
show a few after. I think the problem that I don't like about this show is that
Mhm.
the little things that they're doing randomly in between the performances, I don't like that. Like they're
Oh,
like,
the extra
okay,
stage.
yeah, no, the extra stage is okay. What I'm saying is that okay, after the first teams
Oh,
perform,
they vote.
so after the first three teams performed, they were like,
Yes.
okay, the nine girls who went, stand up. All right, there's nine members in this group. I was like, that was so like dry. The way you announced that was dry. And then like after half of the girls performed, they're like, okay, well, here's now our new top nine. And we're gonna have you
Yeah.
guys contest the top nine. And it's like you're having people contest, but like a third
Half of the
of the
girls didn't
people
even
haven't
go.
even went. Yeah. So I'm
Right.
like this is disorganized. And I don't know if it's because English isn't their first language, but to me, I feel like the way that they're speaking, reading the cue cards, it sounds like it's very disorganized and like not structured at all.
I don't think it's the English. I just think it's basically the fact that like they keep like it's just to put pressure. Like, oh, this is the nine. Now this is the nine. This is the nine. And I'm like, just chill out. Like, just do
Yeah.
it at the end.
Yeah.
Just like how you guys had Nene and friends, Curly and them sing and dance, and then you'd be like, okay, this is what we think it is. Like at the end, when everyone does it, I think they're just trying to draw up drama. I'm like, there's only 70 girls here. All right, let's just speed run this.
I just feel like, yeah, you can make drama, but I don't like the way, like, this is just disorganized. Like,
Yeah,
and it doesn't even
yeah.
feel real. I kind of preferred
Mm-hmm.
how Chuang did it, which is at the end, they chose their top seven.
Yeah.
And then those seven girls, they chose the girls that they felt would challenge them. And then that
Mm-hmm.
made the
And
two
they
groups
battled.
right there. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I actually like that it's English isn't their first language because it makes it very intriguing how they present themselves. Not Curly, when Nene was like, it's a good vibe and I like that. And I was like, it's giving entertainment. I don't
Yeah.
know, but I'm not trying to be rude. But she was just like saying, I feel like she had a more complex way, like thought, but she
Hmm.
has to really water it down. And I'm like, huh. I wish you'd have
Yeah.
spoken like because she broke into Chinese or she broke into Thai. I just wish she like just don't feel like afraid to say your piece. But if you're going to give me English and it
Mhm.
slightly doesn't make sense to me, I will be entertained.
Yeah.
I feel the
Yeah.
only person that has the strongest grasp of English is what was his name? The really rich one. The really,
Mhm.
really rich one.
The
The
really rich
Chinese
one?
guy. He's rich.
Is it
He wasn't
Mike?
it's no, he was in JYP.
Oh, Jackson.
Yes, 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 yes. I liked his stage.
His stage was okay. I preferred 10. I think 10 stage was the most entertaining.
Mm,
And I'm saying that because I felt like 10, he just looked the most prepared. Like if there
mm.
was no fancy camera work and all this types of nonsense, I think his stage would just be the most entertaining out of
Entertaining.
everyone's
I see.
stage, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to say
I
the others were underprepared, but I just think that if you cut out all that nonsense, his would
mm,
be the most entertaining to me.
mm. And after thinking about it, the way how they word things, it would be like, huh? Like I can understand where you're like, this isn't giving. Like what because Jackson was like, okay, now the nine, we're going to show the other nine. And it's the intonations and it's inflections. It's how they
Yeah.
say it. It's
Yeah.
about how like when did they put the like emphasis on this word? You're like, huh? No, I can understand that. But I'm also very grateful that I don't have to like watch it all the time. Like it can be in the background and I can hear them because I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, great. I don't have to focus on the subtitles right now. I can do this, do that. So I'm
Yeah,
like,
that's kind of new for us. I didn't know.
yes,
I mean, I knew there was going to be some English because, I mean, not saying that English is a global language, but it is kind of
the
the
language of
global language.
business.
Yeah, exactly. So I was expecting it, but I didn't know it would be like this much English in it. So I'm like, okay, this is like kind of cool. And it's making me want a produce global season or
Yeah.
something.
If we didn't have this, we wouldn't have got Rand say you can book flights and
Yes.
hotel.
No, I'm telling you, she's on the right show because I love these ads. Okay, I hate ads, but they're putting the trainees that we want to see on these ads, so it's different. I love these ads. It's just different. Like I don't skip these ads. I watch them. I want to hear them speak. I want to see them acting and remember the second ad too with I think Wonka and I
Hmm.
think it's Pailu and I don't remember who else is in it, but
Yeah. I just saw her do, you can do this and that. I said, oh, I don't know why I'm entertained by this, but I'm in.
hmm hmm
Oh my gosh. I was like, you're stretching it so far, girl. Good job. She's
I
speaking
think
Japanese, Korean,
yes.
English. I'm
Yes.
just like, go, girl, go. What were you
I
about to
think
say?
I was gonna say I think I'm also glad that I'm seeing the ads because I don't know if the girls are getting paid, but it's giving the impression that they're
That they're
at
getting
least getting
paid.
paid for this.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Also, I'm sad there's no yogurts because I
yeah.
like those yogurt commercials where they're like being shot up in the air by pink liquids, and I'm
hmm
like, and then you hear bung 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 like in the background, and
Yeah.
I'm like, so I hope that they are like flying in the air in the jets or something, and Trip.com or something. I want to see some really nice commercials when it's a finale because those finale commercials they
hmm
put budget into them, and I
Yep.
I want to see Rand flying the plane and telling us what we can do. Book trip. I need more.
That's partially why I'm thinking that they're cutting so many trainees is because for the finale they might want to put more budget into making it more grand. So
Maybe.
maybe we'll have less trainees. I don't know at the finale, like 15 instead
Um,
of 18 or something. I don't know.
on topic, but off topic, they're like talking about next season. Like, if this works out, we might do a Vietnam or Singapore. No, keep it to Thailand. I thought this was such a slay. They're like, it's illegal in China. They're like, okay, bet. We're bringing this somewhere.
Yeah. I think Singapore is a
Eh,
good option though. Singapore would be
maybe,
nice. I
but I
think that's where
feel
Curly's
like,
from too.
yeah, I just feel like they're so like it's such a I don't know. I feel like Thailand brings some interest, but then again, nothing against Vietnam because one of the chicks from like New Jeans is from Vietnam, so who knows? I just feel like don't shake the waters yet. Like make this stable and then branch out. That's how I
Yeah.
feel.
I see what you mean. They're getting a little bit too
Ahead of themselves.
ambitious. Yeah,
Yes, and
let's
I'm like, you guys just started this, and it took you
hmm
guys a while to figure this thing out, and I'm
hmm
sure it's expensive as heck because you got to bring all these girls from different countries, which is probably why they're 70 and not 100 and whatever.
Yeah, and why
So
half of them are from Thailand because it's cheaper.
is this cheaper? So
hmm
anyway, so I think we basically said who we liked from the judges.
Oh, yeah.
Only thing I liked that Nene did was she was singing with Tegan and them. She was like,
Yeah, that was
"Can
pretty.
nobody?" And I was like, "Tegan, keep it together because you're the only one keeping them harmonies together." You
That
were
was
being
cute.
patient for Nene because Nene was trying to find it, and she's like, "I'm still here. Just sing the rest."
hmm
It's interesting because Nene's not that far from their age, so for her being a judge, it's like the only difference is you just won
Yeah, I
the
mean,
show.
she kind of implied that too, because I think when she introduced
Yeah,
herself, she was like, I want this show. So if you guys want advice from me, I can give it
just
to
ask
you.
me. Yeah,
Yeah.
I appreciate that because I'm like, you guys aren't that far apart. The only difference is
Mhm.
you want it and they want it, but
And
like
sometimes
somebody's
I think that these shows actually do need people like that, a mentor who's like, hey, I've been on these shows before, so like this is what you have to
hmm
do. Especially for people like I was talking about Rinka on Girls Planet. She kind of
hmm
I don't know, it was almost like she was waiting for someone else. When you're on these shows, you might feel like you have to wait for someone else to
to
notice
bring
you
you.
and someone
Yeah,
else to bring you in and point you out. But no, when you're on these
no.
shows, she realized you have to do something to make yourself to stand out. Like no one's coming to save you you have to do this yourself, you
Well, I
know?
think her now being in Avex is definitely a big up. That's a nice
Oh yeah,
company in Japan.
it
And so I
is.
feel like some things have transitioned for her. Some things have like in 3 years, a lot can change.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
mhm.
She definitely, because isn't she an influencer, right?
She was, I mean, I'm gonna say she was. I don't think, or she might, I'm gonna say she is an influencer, but then on the other end of it, dog's probably destroying the whole living room now. Sorry, but she is an influencer, but I'm sure she's pursuing idol work. So
Yeah.
I'm
Yep.
gonna say idol influencer. You know.
Okay,
So
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Should we talk about the stages now?
sure. I don't remember them in order though.
There's a lot. Why don't we just talk about our favorite stages or just talk about the
Sure,
ones that we remember?
sure. So the
Um,
first one had those cute girls.
yeah, the cute girls and the vocals were nice. The stage
There's
was
only like
cute.
two girls that were good, like vocally inclined.
They carried the performance.
They
So,
really
I
did.
mean,
They
because
really
they
did.
didn't do much intense dancing, so there's not much
Sure
else to
didn't.
watch besides the
You
facials
know
and the
what it was
vocals.
giving me? Disney Channel. It was giving me
Hmm.
stand here, jazz hands, stand
Hmm.
here, do a little, you know what they kind of hit that Destiny's Child, like say my name, like yeah, 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 yeah. Like the kind of like moment. Like it was giving simple, and I was like, cool,
Hmm.
cool. I like this. I could learn this now. Very low
Hmm.
impact. Very nice.
They might be a little bit shocked going into the show when they have to learn a little bit more intense choreo, but it's okay. They
I
at
wonder if
least,
they are going to do that.
well, they have to for the first, well,
Oh,
they,
yes, especially Summer Dream. They were,
yeah.
yeah, okay, okay, okay. Because I'm like, would it be like Thai standard? Would it be like Chinese and Korean standard? Like, I wonder.
I will say, since we've heard the CSR girl speaking in Korean on this show,
Mm-hmm.
that's a
Mm-hmm.
good sign, and we might get Korean songs as a stage. So we'll probably be a mix K-pop and Thai standards. But I mean, a lot of Asian artists I noticed are starting to move towards K-pop sounds and trends and styling and training and stuff like that. So
Ever since XG, they're like, wait, we could do this? All
no,
right.
even before XG, like there was a even before XG's debut, like there was a bunch of Filipino groups and
Oh, yeah, you're
like
so
other Thai
right. You're
groups.
so right. You're so right. Thank you for saying that. You're definitely right.
Yeah.
So they were the cute girls. Then after that,
They have
honestly,
Lisa and Cha-Cha, who were like the funnier girls.
oh yeah, they did the Thai song, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't so was one of them Indian or was she Thai? Because she looked really, really exotic,
I
really
think
foreign.
I think both of them were Thai, but yeah, one of them was giving like like Ukraine or something to me.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I know there's one Indian girl on that show.
She hasn't performed yet.
Okay.
Yeah, we saw some reaction like or like the what do you call those? Her when she has things to say behind the
Her
scenes.
like uh,
The
yeah, her
confessional videos. That's I mean that's what it's
professionals.
called and like I
Yeah.
think Bad Girls Club is like confessionals or something.
Yes,
But
yes,
yeah,
yes,
we saw a
yes.
little bit of that from her, but we haven't seen a stage yet. And her name is Zoe.
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but Lisa and Cha-Cha. Cha-Cha was another one I was considering in my top seven back when we thought it was seven because I liked her PR video because she was funny. But I just
Hmm.
like other girls more. So
Right.
we'll see
I
how it
mean, things will
goes.
change. Who
Yeah.
knows? Things are
Yeah.
going. Um, and the top of my head, I'm thinking of the girls that already debuted, did the debut song, Keegan
Do you want to go in
and
order? Because I just wrote out the performances, so I can just
oh,
tell you
good,
what's next.
good, because I'm trying to like remember. Thank you.
No, yeah. Um, the third stage was a stage that we saw like 15 seconds of, which was TK and TN, and they did like the trendy dance, and everyone's like, wow, it was so fun doing this
All I
dance.
remember was round,
Yeah, it
round,
was something
round,
like
round,
that.
round, and I was like, all right,
Yeah,
cool.
it would have been nice to see the stage, but I'm biased because someone that I'm voting for actively is in that stage. So I'm like, okay.
One of your round girls.
Yes, yes. And she's so fun too, whatever.
Yeah.
The stage after that was the stage we actually saw, which was Miss Gang Gang, Pretty J, Swagger, Jasper.
Okay, honestly, I just I was like, girl.
Yeah, no.
I was just like, I'm sure she is loved. I'm sure she's loved, but she's not matching what everyone else is bringing.
That's good for her though, because you can get to the finales by being different.
Yes, but not every song you're gonna be rapping.
And that's what Momoka had to learn on Produce 101 Japan. And she was like, oh, I really wanted to rap, and she couldn't rap. She made the best out of it, so we'll see how Jasper
And
reacts.
I feel like this group and what they're bringing, she's gonna have to soften it all the way down. She's giving me Ty Jesse Light.
Yeah, I feel like this group, they're yeah. I was just thinking Jessie too. And I don't know if they want that for this group, but because she is like they brought a lot of influencers and famous people onto this show.
Yeah,
So
for
she might get,
publicity.
yeah, exactly, which they need. So she might make it pretty far. So we'll see.
I mean, it's gonna work out for her either way, but for the group,
Mhm.
I'm thinking of cohesion, like a cohesive group that looks and feels like, yes, these girls are great
Mhm.
together, which, is an artificially like created group, obviously, but
Yeah, and she seems like an actual rapper too. And
yeah,
sometimes, not all the times, but I will say that sometimes for idol groups, I think idol rapping, which people say is
yes,
not good, I think it's okay for
for those
groups,
songs,
Yeah, it's like
yes,
it's okay. You
yes.
don't have to be a crazy good rapper. You just need to be a good idol rapper. It's okay.
You don't need to be Eminem or
Exactly.
Megan the Stallion.
Yeah, exactly. Um, the next team that performed is Team Dream.
Hmm.
Um, that was I think they were mostly Chinese with Dee, and they were like, "Oh, your sister's a celebrity. I know her." And
Oh yeah, and they're like DD means this in Thailand, so blah 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 blah. Yeah.
I think that was a group with all influencers slash well-known people. I don't know.
Right,
Maybe,
right.
yeah, something like that.
Hmm.
To me, they didn't sound that good, but they
Oh,
were
they're
all really
terrible.
cute. Yeah, but they were
They're
so
vocally
cute.
sour. I was like, and they're like, wow, and I'm like, don't produce Japan me with this,
Times like this is when I wish the mentors would do the grading system because everyone's like smiling at them, and I could just imagine the scene where the mentor's like, "That was cute, but
D
D
class,
D class." We can
F
tell you gave
class.
it your all. However, you guys aren't that talented. D,
They're like,
F.
we know you have more to show. F class. We'll
Yes.
train you.
Yes. It was so cute though. They were so cute. Um, the next stage, they called themselves the Four Students, which was Wang, Eben, Shinmeng, Kitty, and Emma.
Hmm.
And I think Emma got MVP, and she was also the standout to me. Um, I don't really know if there's much to say for
Yeah, we can move
that
on to the next
stage.
one.
Yeah, I don't know unless anyone stood out to
There's
you.
a bunch of stages.
Mhm. The next stage was the tough girl concept I was telling you about with the Chinese girls. Um, there was four of them.
Hmm.
They were all like wearing black, and they were like got on the floor. I think did a kick or something. Well, actually, I think I'm
Oh
mixing
yeah,
them up
they
with a
all
different
like
group.
backflip behind somebody, or was it the Thai group?
Wait, I think that was a Thai group. I
Okay.
don't know because their concepts were similar. That's some like
Similar, it
mixing up the
blends.
stages. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was the stage that I mentioned earlier where my cute girl was in it. And I was like, girl, because the camera's not on you, no one can see that you don't match this concept. But I'm looking at you and I can tell that you don't fit this concept. So, but it's okay because she's clearly talented. So,
Yeah, it just suits another style.
yes, yes. And my thing is that you can tell that they know she doesn't match because they gave her pigtails and bows for it. Because they're like, we know you're cute, so you're gonna be like the cute, tough one of the group, I guess.
That
Whatever.
doesn't work out.
It really doesn't, but that's why I say sometimes I don't like to see all the editing and cuts and stuff like that. I just want to see what does the performance look like from the girls who are voting and seeing it. What does it look like, you
You know
know?
what they tried to do? This is all the way in Produce 101 season one.
Mhm.
There's what her name is like Hemi or something or Hieri, like yeah. Hieri, she was a part of Nine Muses company, I think.
She was
So
on
they
Produce season one.
101
Oh,
season
okay.
one. So they put her with all these tough girls, and they're like, you're gonna sing uh like Hot Issue by 4 minute. And she had the squeakiest voice. And they're like, you know what? We can't hide you. We can't hide you. So we're just gonna showcase you. So
Mm.
they were like tough, tough, tough. Da-da-na, da-na, da-na, gotcha, baby. And they were like, and everyone was like, damn, that's so cute. So it worked. Maybe they're trying to
Hmm.
go for that.
Yeah, yeah. I
But
see.
they
Okay,
made
I
it
see
very
that.
obvious that she was like that girl. Like everyone was wearing all this cute, I mean, these like cool girl stuff, and here she is in like um overall jumpsuit, pigtails, pink like
Did she
tank
get far
top.
on the show?
Oh, she made it to the finale.
Ooh, that's
She was
good.
not. She actually was number 12. She almost got into IOI.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. No,
So it
exactly.
worked, clearly worked.
It worked. No, it
Yeah.
worked.
Wow. Hmm. The next team, which you will definitely remember, is Barbie Girls.
Oh
Barbie
yeah.
Girls team.
I feel like they were great, but I don't think this is what the show's looking for. This the vibe I'm getting. I don't think this show's gonna make a group like that.
Yeah, I think that I don't think those girls would have debuted in Bon Bon Girls, but I
Oh
think it
no.
fits that
That yes.
era more.
Yes. Bon Bon Girls, Tough Girls. This group, I'm not getting anything from that.
But I'll see because one of the girls in that group, I think she had long red hair and her name was like
Hmm.
Yan or Yin. And towards
Hmm.
the end of the show, she was like, "Oh, I don't like doing battles and singing battles." They chose her to battle with them. Um,
Hmm.
I think I want to see her more concepts because I think that she'll pull off a pretty look. I want to see her like I really want them to like we're already here, just have them cover Fiesta again. I want to
Yeah.
see her in Fiesta. We're already here. We did Fiesta and How You Like That twice. Just do it again at this point. Like screw it. Just bring it back again. I wouldn't even be mad. It was annoying the second time, but the third time we don't really get K-pop in Chuang, if
Yeah.
ever.
I just, if they do Fiesta, they all have to sing the chorus, and they all have and you cannot run away from the high note.
Mhm. No, but I think that she can actually sing. So
Okay, because Produce Japan ran away from that high note, and I'm like,
yeah.
this feels incomplete.
Hmm.
That high note got someone debuted. We have what's that girl from Limelight? Itomiyu. She got
Hmm.
a group out
Hmm.
of attempting the high note. So I feel like if you're gonna do it, you just have to do it.
Yeah.
The full song.
I just feel like it's one of those things that if you cut it out, you're losing
The
everything. To me,
yes.
any publicity is good publicity. If people
Yes.
are like, "Oh, she didn't do a good job, I'm not going to vote for her." Okay, well, they remember you. Or she
Hmm.
didn't do a good job, but I loved it. I'm going to vote for you.
Yeah.
Either way, you're the
You're
more
winning.
lines in the song and the more things like that happen, there's more people that have you in their brain. So
Right, right.
to me, that's why that's probably why that I think that whole team got eliminated in Produce 101 Japan. There kind of wasn't any. Anyways, it's
Yeah.
Chuang. So yeah, I need to see them in a different concept. I think the Barbie girl stage was good, but I just need to see them do something else. And I like the song, you know.
Yeah, I liked them together. I liked how Tegan was helping Nene, like singing the song with them.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I think they're good. I think they'll
Yep.
go far.
Yeah. After that, I think I skipped some people and also like the soloists that we saw, but oh well. After that, the Avex girls who did XG's left, right.
Yeah, I mean, I know you like Akina. I just feel like her styling right now is not for me.
Really?
It's not for me.
I feel like she's cute. Only her hair. I always prefer long hair anyways, so that's the only thing that I would
I
change.
feel like even if it was like dark brown or black, I, but I don't know. It's like even her picture for the profile. I just feel like it's a bit too strong.
Mm.
But I mean, I'm sure she seems nice, and I like her energy. I don't know. I guess because it conflicts with what I'm looking for.
I think she's an experienced performer,
Yeah,
so she is just not afraid of holding back and showcasing that versus a
she
lot
was
of
great.
girls.
I will never keep her flowers away. She was great on the left right stage.
Yeah, I
And then
think it's
Faky's
just
from
that.
Abex.
Yeah, I think so.
Wow,
They didn't really promote them that well in the beginning. I don't think so. They got better like towards the
later
end of
on.
their career, in my
That's sad.
opinion.
And they probably dropped them since XG is like exploding.
I don't
Put
think
all
it's that
their
they dropped them. I think it's just that the two members that she mentioned graduated, which is Mikako and Lil Fang. they were a part of Faky way before. Faky had two lineup changes, and
Mm,
they were part of the original lineup from like 15 years ago. Yeah. I think it's almost been 15 years that Faky has been a group technically.
jeez.
Yeah, so Akina isn't even the three members that are left in Faky, none of them are part of the original lineup now.
Oh,
So
so it's kind of like, yeah.
yeah, so that's why she was like, "Oh, I don't know what's gonna happen with my group." Like that's why I say they kind of soft disbanded now. So,
Dang, she got gotten.
but it's she was part of the group for 8 years, and they
Oh,
were more
okay.
successful in
In that time period.
yeah, in the last lineup, the five that they have now or used to was their most successful period. So
Oh,
I
so
think
she was
that they're
like Brave
fine.
Girls.
Yeah, exactly. But
Like that
like
lineup was
more
New
successful.
Girls.
Brave Girls, I feel like were only successful literally the last 2 years. I think Fakie was pretty good their last 5 years.
Oh, nice. I'm learning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I just think that she has 8 years of experience, plus she's older. And I just think women, the older that you are, the less reserved you are. So it's probably
Mm.
gonna come off really strong to people who prefer women to not showcase themselves, which is
I'm not
very
saying her
common.
energy. I'm saying her like just the look and the vibe.
But that we're saying the same thing, but
Oh,
you don't want to
really?
call it that. Yeah, that's what
Yes,
I'm
no.
saying. You just don't
Yeah.
want to call it that.
You said you're being too healthy to call it what it is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like when
But
you
I
have
like
the
strong women. It's I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Now I don't want to
Mhm.
say
No,
anything because
you
maybe
don't. No, you don't,
ah
Robbie. You're lying.
no
You don't
ah.
like women who put themselves out there like that. Like look at your top nine in every show. It's always every time there's a trainee who is very out there in any show, you're always like, I don't like her. I felt like it was too much every time. It's consistent. It's consistent.
I'm being read.
It's consistent. Like you can jump around the words, but it is what it
Oh
is.
my gosh. Okay, fair enough.
I have to defend Akina too, because she's my favorite. So
No, but I want to say in life, I support strong women. Okay, and you can't say I don't because
that's true.
I
Yeah.
do because like I don't want people to think that. I just want to be very clear.
Oh,
In life,
true, true, true.
I support women of all shades, and I will never tell a woman what this or that, whatever. In my girl groups,
Yeah, yeah.
I I think okay, if this show was creating a stronger, or if the vibes was just going in that direction,
Hmm.
I would be like, yeah, it makes sense. But I don't feel she matches what the show is already like not pushing, but you can just feel the room. You can feel the room, feel the vibe. And I don't know if she's fitting it. And I said this like in the pre-show podcast. If she were to change her styling, it might be different.
Yeah.
It might be very different.
We'll see because I agree with you. I don't feel like they want girls like her in the final group, but they gave her a lot of screen time. Like they gave her a lot of reaction clips and
They gave a
zooms
lot of
and
reaction to what was that guy that was not getting into ZB1? He was like 35. Not 35.
Huey.
Yes, he's 32. Sorry.
I think is I would say that they did that for him because he was the most famous trainee, you know what I mean?
Yes.
So it's
And so is
kind of
she kind
different.
of.
I don't think she's the most famous trainee
I
on
mean,
the
she's
show.
been in the industry the longest.
Yeah, but I think that's all that she has for her. I think that there's at least 10 or 15 that are way more popular that I can see them milking a little bit more. I mean, they
I
opened the
mm.
show with saying, "Hi, I'm Pai Lu from Miss Thailand competition."
I've noticed that. I was like, dang, first one up.
Hmm.
I said this in the pre-show. If they just gave her 30 minutes with Rinka in a makeup room and then washed the red out her hair and made it like a dark brown, I probably hearing a very different thing. Her blush and her this, and she blends.
Oh yeah.
I think it's just the visuals that are it's that, and then the photo she took for her PR is not working for me.
I guess we'll see how she looks in the group too. And then if they do makeovers on this show. Did they do makeovers on Chuang 2020?
I think they just did those things on their own. They leave them in the bathroom for 5 minutes and then you come out and Fei Fei has straight hair. I don't think.
No, I don't mean the makeovers before they go on show. I mean like this time periods before the elimination when they have like a resting week and they usually offer the girls makeovers. And that's when a lot of
I
girls
didn't know
like they
about that.
dye their hair.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Even and I don't know if it's on Chuang, but I know on the Korean survival shows and Produce 101 Japan, that time period where they like cut off voting for us and then do eliminations, the girls have like a week break pretty much. So a lot of them get makeovers done, and that's when they start coming with like cut hair or extensions or something.
I don't know when that happened, but I do remember Ruan came in with her dark brown black hair, and then she left with that silver hair, and I was like, I wish we got more of that.
Yeah. They always do it too late. Well, not always, but sometimes, sometimes.
Dang, you read me. You said, no, you don't like strong women. I was like, wait
It's
a
true. I mean,
minute.
not in like real life, obviously, like you were saying. I just mean on the shows.
No, I know. It's funny. You're reading me down.
I need to clarify myself so people don't come for you and they're like,
They're
oh, he's
gonna
not a
come for
woman
me.
supporter.
It's like, oh, you know what? It gave me that guy who wrote to me in Polish. He said when the
What?
girls' planet was happening, and he said, like, it translated to, don't just be a pretty girl lover. And I was like,
Oh,
dang,
I remember that. Yeah.
dang, man, read me. And you basically did the same.
There's nothing wrong with liking pretty girls, though.
So
Um,
funny. Okay, what's the next stage?
the
When did we
last
do Barbie?
stage,
We did do Barbie,
yeah,
right?
we did.
Okay, okay.
And the last stage is the T-pop group Mindy.
Well, that was the one that did the backflips.
Yeah, did they do a backflip? I remember they.
It was like one girl was in the front and she was singing, and then they all said flip, flip. And then Nene was like, she said you guys present like girls, but
Mhm.
dance like boys.
Yeah,
But no, she said that they present like girls, but dance like boys.
my opinion of them is kind of the same as CSR, but we'll see how they perform later. I'm like, you guys are a great group, clearly.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would want you to debut here, but it's good for
CSR,
publicity.
I want one or two. One or two.
How many girls are in that group? Is it seven?
I feel like there's seven.
Yeah, so probably one would be good.
But if one girl debuts from CSR, I don't know if it would have the same impact that I think their company thinks it would have.
So two is better.
I don't know. Here's my thing. They're going to be gone for 2.5 years.
Oh, it's a 2-year contract for sure.
I'm only assuming because Bon Bon had 2 years and some change.
Yeah.
I feel like it's, I always say this in my head. I've never shared this, even online, I've never shared this. How these produce groups work is kind of like Attack on Titan with the original Titan. You cannot exceed the best of them. And you would think IOI's original title, no, it's I's the one. You cannot surpass them. That's why when they were trying to make X1 surpass them, it eliminated them. If they did 2.5 years, they would have been around. We would have all been quiet. We would have let them rig slay themselves 2.5 years. But Mnet was getting greedy. They said 5 years contract. And then the girls, they said, no, we cannot have this. You cannot exceed the mother of all. And
Mhm.
after that, every group, every temporary group has either been less than or of the equivalent of 2.5 years. So
Yeah.
I can't see this group being more than at least 2 years. 2 years the minimum, 2.5 the max.
I think it also depends on how successful the show is because I feel like they're giving the vibe of they're just trying to see
What
how
works?
successful this is going to be. So if they're getting a lot of votes and people are tuning in, then they'll probably go for a longer contract, like 2 years. But if they feel like it's flopping, they'll probably be like, okay, 1 year.
You know what? It might be a unfixed contract
Oh,
where it's just like we'll see how things go.
yeah,
But I don't see it being just 1 year. It's not IOI. And I don't see it being 1.5. I don't see it being 101 either.
two, just a good.
Two at the minimum. And they might do a half a year extension, like
Hmm.
they did with Rocket Girls.
Hmm.
I love those girls. Arf, arf, arf.
Hmm.
People don't know what I'm talking about. There's a song where they're saying rush, rush, but it does not sound like that. Um, so next episode we're gonna have Ruan, Wonka,
Hmm.
all the other girls. And then we're gonna just get to the theme song. I think I'm more excited for the theme song. I want to see how Ruan pulled that sleigh off to being the center. That is the biggest twist to me, is seeing that, because I'm like, what? Ruan, the center? What? What did she do? What
Hmm.
did she do? And she couldn't have done it behind the scenes. She has to do it in front of the camera.
Yep.
And I'm wondering, in my head, I'm like making this fancy how she like talked herself into it. She's like, I can dance and sing. That's
Hmm.
my new thing. Rand goes, and counts off things with her hands now. I
I
don't know, but what are your
wonder.
thoughts? I'm just talking up a storm.
I don't know. I don't remember how the other produce shows choose center. I mean, I know on Girls Planet they just chose their own centers that they wanted.
Produce
Produce
48, they like
101.
battle it. They like have all the girls do a dance and then they all
In which
vote.
one?
Produce 48, they like have each of the top A class people do a presentation and then the trainees vote.
Okay, and which is the same thing that happened in Produce Japan. So
Yeah.
it might be something similar here. If it's something like that, then I can see that she could win because I mean, like, first of all, you have to make it to A class to be able to be center. So
Hmm.
probably some of the girls who we think would look good as center can't sing or can't dance as well as her. You know what I
I
mean?
haven't heard her sing in a long time.
Yeah. Now that you mention it,
So I don't remember how that voice works.
neither do I. I'm gonna have to go back and watch her stage and
I
see.
don't think I ever really paid attention to. Has she just always? I feel like she's one of those girls that just has those, those spirally hypnotizing wands. It's just like, you will not pay attention to this part of my performance.
I
You
mean, but the
will.
thing is, I remember her ice cream dance.
But she rapped.
Yeah.
She
We have to
said,
go back
Mona
and
Lisa,
watch
can
her.
Lisa.
Yeah, we have to go back and watch her singing stages.
Even in OOO, because they were all singing, I
Yeah.
don't remember what her voice
We got to see her demo
sounds.
stage too.
And she had the least lines in pop.
Maybe she can sing, but she's had time to train too.
Yeah, no, I'm
So
not trying to judge her based on what she was then. I'm just saying I don't know what she is now. And
we'll
I
see
don't
how
have a
she pulls it
good
off.
measuring, like a good, what's the word, example to be like base it off of.
Hmm.
Because I think she even rapped during her Pretty You performance.
Hmm.
Was she just cute girl slay shouting the whole time and we didn't realize?
I don't know.
Because shouting also didn't sing until she really had to.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know what? Good for them. They made it far. They made it so far. Anyway, it's all relevant because she's on this show now.
Yeah, we'll
Um,
see how they do it.
what are your top three expectations for next episode?
I'm just interested to see how they're gonna choose the class if they are doing A class, B class,
Hmm.
C, blah blah blah, because it was just kind of confusing, especially with the theme song stage, because usually the ones in A class get more screen time, but they
Yes.
didn't really do that this time. It felt like it was split between different girls, except for who I think was in the F section.
Was
So
F section in the front or in the back? That was my question.
I think that F was in the front, and I'm only saying that because most of the girls who got like camera zooms and ending fairies and blah 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 were either in center or they were in the back.
I thought that was weird because I'm like,
Yeah.
the back
No,
should have
that's
been F.
normal.
But I feel like the front girls, I was seeing them all doing extra stuff, and
I
I'm
mean,
like,
but that's why the way they filmed this was weird. That's why in Produce, they have the A girls dance first, and then they bring
yes.
in
And then they
C, and then
bring in
they
them
bring in.
all.
Yeah, so that's why, because
Yes.
F class has always danced in front, but on the
Hmm.
floor, and after they already performed
I
half the
also
song
wish they
already.
had the like toaster and popped ran in the middle.
Yeah. I mean, her solo part was good, but
Yes. It was
that would have
very
elevated,
it was
literally.
very we're on a budget sleigh.
Yeah.
Very budget sleigh, very Aldi sleigh, very,
Yeah.
very that, very save a lot. But I wanted her to, this is my show, elevate, elevate, elevate. I'm gonna na 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 na. Like I wanted her to have that and the fireworks and
Hmm.
everything. We didn't get that, but that's okay.
Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah.
Maybe they won't even do class system like that. If it's like Chuang 2020, I think
They were weird.
Chuang,
They're like, who can do this in 1 day? Who can do this
yeah.
in 2 days? And I was like, who cares?
And they didn't really get any like benefits from that. I mean, except
No.
for the girls who were the top seven. Yes, they did because they had more screen time and like their center shared center time. But besides
Yeah.
that, there was like no purpose in that. So, and in general, I just hate when these shows do things that kind of serve zero purpose. So I hope they just avoid. I mean, we're already seeing it a little bit with the
Right.
way they're
I
doing
don't,
top
all I
nine.
remember from that 2 days and 1 day challenge is Lana talking to Faye. She's like, all right, now what's the boom boom cha part?
Yeah.
Now, what's that mean? All right, so that's okay, great. Now, meow. What's that part
Was
mean?
it Nene too that she was like
Yes,
translating for?
yes.
Yeah, that was cute.
But I feel like those are two different times. Those are two different situations. Because Lana's like, Faye, come here. What does this mean? Okay, that's what we're doing this. All right, great. What does that
I wish
part
she was
mean?
on this show.
She's
She's
ooh.
younger than some of the girls on this show, so she should have been
There's a
on.
girl younger than 27, 26, 27.
I think so.
Oh, okay. I think she said she's over being idle or she's moved on, something like
Oh,
that.
oh well.
Some one of our mutuals was like, she feels her age or something like that.
Dang.
She had one cute song though. She had that "Let Me Take the Wheel" or "Let Me Go and Drive the Wheel." It was mixed terribly, but it was a good song. Shout out to Lana. What does boom boom cha mean? What does dun 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 the meow mean? Love her for that. Love her for being very authentically. I don't know what's going on here.
Oh
I was supposed to
yeah.
be in Korea. I don't know what Chinese means. Good for
Oh
her.
yeah.
My expectations for next episode is just
Hmm.
to be entertained. Just
Yep.
keep doing what you're doing. Nene, keep giving me exactly what you're giving me. I'm sorry for being a Nene hater in 2020. She just was threatening everything.
I think that in 2020, it was hard because it was a seven-member girl group. So like we knew he was gonna debut top six.
Yes.
So it just makes it more frustrating.
I just was like, even though I'm not gonna be all in, I just don't want you here.
Hmm.
I was very okay with her being number 2 or 3.
For me, I was okay with her. I just didn't like that her friend also made it to the finale because of her, pretty
Who
much.
was her
But that's
friend?
another conversation. Uh, I forgot her name. Yeah, I forgot her name, but it was like her translator friend. And like when it
Oh,
came down to
okay.
two votes, it was like Nene and also voting for her friend. And then when it
Yeah.
came down to one pick, I think her friend was like last place. Yeah,
Dropped. Right.
exactly. So I was like,
They're
why?
like, good on her group, good on her team. They're like, we're gonna keep you guys together because you need her to get you through the show.
Hmm.
And then, she's like, all
She
right,
was
we
her
don't need you
translator.
anymore. Dang, you know what? She's lucky she didn't get left on the train. Remember that train? They're like,
Oh
all
yeah.
right, girls.
Why would they might do something like that on this
I
show
hope,
because I feel like they're trying to like milk up some artificial drama. And I'm like, you can make drama and like do things that matter.
but
I
this
don't
time
know.
it's Thailand, it's boats.
Wait.
They're like, we're leaving you on this island, girls. This is the next island is the semifinal island, and the final island is the
Ooh,
debut island.
nice. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Messy. Anyway, you guys tell us your thoughts in the comment section. Tell us who your top 9 is. Tell us who is your favorite performance and your least favorite performance. And do you guys like the commercials? Because we love them.
Mm,
Let us know in the comments. But we love you guys so much for tuning in, and we will be answering any questions or interacting with you guys in the comments below or on Twitter. So please interact with us. We are not, you know, any big entity. We're just regular people. So we just like talking with you guys. And thank you guys so much. We will talk to you guys next week. And please make sure you vote each day. Because if you don't vote, your girl may not get in. This is
mm,
not to produce Japan. You can vote. So get on that Tencent app and do your thing. And if you so inclined to, you can pay the extra whatever dollars a month to do 2 votes. But I think one's enough. So until further notice, see you guys next week. Done the sweetest pie. It's time to go. I'm gonna show it off. Show it off.